Hey, what's up? Strictly Fishness here. A lot of people have messaged me on Instagram asking how I set this up, what products I used, and what I did to configure it. And I didn't do it all at once. I had the Fluval 207, I had the dual light and the stand, but I want to kind of give you an overview so you can get an idea of what it will cost you and just show you each component of it. And what I'll do is, in between different segments of the video, I will put up on the screen the listing or the product itself, just so you can see exactly what it is. And most of the stuff you can get, I got all this at PetSmart. There's a PetSmart 5 minutes from my house, so it's just the easiest thing for me. And I got all the stuff, including the wood, the plants, the mulch, even the koi fish. So let me get you started, and you guys can do it yourself if you want. So the main part is obviously this plastic bin looking thing, and it's called a Thrive Bask and Swim Turtle Home. It's $99.99. You can get it at PetSmart. The dimensions are 36.2 inches by 18.2 inches by 14 inches in height. And I believe it's exclusively sold at PetSmart. We have this dual light, and this is by Zoomed. It's called a combo deep dome dual light fixture, and it was $47.99. I have my UV light bulb and my heat light bulb in there as well. Next is the Zoomed Reptile lamp stand, and this is fully adjustable, so you can adjust how far it comes out. You can adjust the height. It has a base that I have zip tied to the bottom, even though it doesn't really do much. It just helps it from being tipped over, and it works really well. As far as filtration goes, I have a Fluval 207 hooked up to this. Originally, I was using it on a 40-gallon breeder for some other fish, but I've since migrated those fish into a much larger tank, so I needed different type of filtration for that tank. So I decided I'd use it on this, and it's working really well. When you have these turtle tanks, oftentimes people use the Tetra turtle filters, and I went through 2 of them in a month. I think they're pieces of junk. That's just my opinion and my experience with them. So I wanted to go with something more durable, and I think the Fluval 207 is a perfect fit. And besides, all the stuff inside, the mulch and the wood and the lucky bamboo, all that stuff I got at PetSmart. The koi fish in there I got at PetSmart. I know people say, oh, you can't get fish at those big box retailers, they don't treat them well, but I know how to look at fish and pretty much tell if, they appear to be healthy or not from an ick standpoint or something like that. You can tell if you look at them closely. So I threw those 3 butterfly koi in here, and the only thing is that the turtle, you can see him right there in the back corner. Before he had the mulch, he didn't even go. He went up on his basking spot in the old tank, but he never had the opportunity to go into the mulch. And now he goes in the mulch when he wants. He comes out here, he basks. He goes in the water, and so the mulch will get into the water, so you got to keep that clean just so it doesn't become a nuisance for the fish or get into the intake of the filter. But overall, he really likes having the mulch, and this is an African side neck turtle. And now the stand. The stand is sort of a run-of-the-mill stand. It's called a 3-tier wide wire shelf. I got it at Target, which is also close to my house, and it was $35.99, and I actually modified it. So you can adjust the height of the shelves, but you can't adjust the actual height of the whole system. So these, the 4 corners, the posts. So what I did was I needed it to be a certain height so it would fit underneath this box. And again, I have this all turned off because all the batteries blew up, and I just don't really have a need for the solar panel system at this time. And I was able to put a tank on top of it, so it all worked out. But anyway, I needed to fit underneath there, and I needed it to be a certain width as well because I park in here. So now it fits. I have a little corner protector like you would put on furniture if you have small children. And what I did was I measured out, the height that I needed. I went a little bit lower, and I used a hacksaw, which you can find at any hardware store. And I cut down the posts. Took about 5 or 6 inches off, whatever it was. And this tub is not affixed on there. It actually supports the sides of the tub. It fits perfectly. And originally I thought the tub was gonna go down inside the post, but as you can see here, it balances it perfectly and it works out. So overall, pretty simple setup, really effective setup. The turtle really loves it. You could put, your supplies and whatnot, your food and this and that underneath if you like. But it's an expensive project, I'm not gonna lie. The total cost for this project, when I went to calculate it, was about $315. And it's just a turtle, right? But I wanted to give this guy a nice home. He's the only turtle I have. My kids really love him. So it was worth it for me to do this. And I know the turtle's happy. It's much better than a tank. We had him in a 29-gallon tank, and then I downsized him to a 20-gallon tank because I needed the 29-gallon for a sump project that I'm working on. But this works out. It's also nice and relaxing. It's kind of like a little koi pond, so it's a nice project. It's cool to do. This could go inside, but remember, if you have cats or any kind of animal that might go in there and mess with the turtle, it may not be a good thing for you. But my dogs stay inside. I don't have cats. I just have a ton of fish. And this is just, my setup in the garage. But anyway, I recommend it. You'll be happy you did it. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. You can leave a comment below, or you can send me a message on Instagram, Strictly Fishness. And as you know, or most of you guys know, I'm happy to answer any questions and talk about fish stuff. After all, I am Strictly Fishness. So thanks for watching. Take care and have a good one.